Hi and welcome to Seasparkles Corner. We're now on day 7. This is Saturday, February the 8th, and we're at Columbia. So say hello to the Freestyle Daily. And it's gonna be 90.6 degrees. The sunrise at 6:25, sets at 6:05. We're gonna arrive at noon. So we're heading to Columbia. Our adventure awaits. And we got a shore excursion. We got the hip-hop bus shore excursion, which my mom picked out because she said there's a walk included in it that shows you it's around Old Town. And my mother, when she picked it, said she liked it because we could go off where we want to, go on where we want to, and the bus goes back to the ship every 45 minutes. So we can return that time. And so we got entertainment, lots of lists, special events, and there's a special event to learn how the old and the new locks work and operate. And they're going to have a lecture by Gray Kellen and pre-recorded video. They'll keep us informed at 10 o'clock with our upcoming Panama Canal Transit. They're going to have a big talk about that on deck 7 at 10 o'clock. So it might be worth us going to. And this is events in the morning, afternoon, and night. And this is our dining schedule, what is going to be open. And in the afternoon for lunch, it's still, we have the Garden Cafe, the Observation Lounge, and the local bar and grill and charge apples. And we changed our clocks again for the second time ahead for an hour. This is our second 24/7 restaurants are always open is the local and the room service. Okay, so it's kind of good for the local to be open 24/7. I'm telling you, the local yesterday was packed. When we came back from the side trip, yesterday, and we decided, well, after we changed and got ready and did what we wanted to do here, we decided we wanted to eat lunch. And we went down there, blind. The whole place was full on both sides. And around the middle, they have these tall seats that you can sit on and eat. All of them were full, and people were sitting at the bar down there too. And they were all serving lunch, and there was a line all the way down along there. But it moved quite quickly, and we were able to eat in about 5 minutes. And so we decided to pick easy stuff to give them a little bit of a break, nothing too challenging. I just decided to order fish and chips, and my mom decided to order a bowl of watermelon and a hamburger. So the food was wonderful there, and we had a dessert, and we both just had, I had apple pie a la mode, and she had a vanilla ice cream, because that place was so packed, but they handled it so very well. And they worked so hard. I felt sorry for them. I said, they must be exhausted at the end of the day. There must have been 500 people that were trying to serve it all at the same time.
Probably more.
Probably more. That place was so big. I'm just guessing. As the people were coming back from the ship from their side trips, they decided to eat here.
They served about 1,000.
My mother thinks they served about 1,000. And probably because there's over 4,000 on the ship, they probably well, some people will go to deck 16 and all you could eat, but a lot of the people were saying They pay good money to come on the ship, so they want to be
waited
waited on the table, and not an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Tell how well organized it is. You haven't done that.
Go ahead.
Well, when we get off the ship, it's so well organized. They call us by where we're going to go, the different places everybody's going to go.
Your tickets.
And they call us, and we go orderly down, and we get down there, and we look for the card, and we get right on the bus. We don't stand outside and wait in the heat. And it's very well organized. And I think it's wonderful compared to what they used to do years ago. Okay?
Years ago. People won't know what you're talking about.
All right. I'm talking about when we're ready to go on the side trips after the ship has come to the different islands that we want to go. And this was Aruba. And Aruba was a lovely place. And we had a wonderful tour. And when we went on the ship 15 months ago, it wasn't organized getting off the ship at all. It was like a nightmare. We had to wait in the heat for hours. But on this cruise, we don't wait at all. We just get out, go very orderly down, and get on a different buses or a boat. One time we got on a boat on one of our side trips.
The signs.
And we
follow.
And they show a big sign saying where each cruise is going to go, whether you're going to go on a boat or a bus or have to walk. But fortunately, we never have to walk on this particular ship at all. It's just wonderful. We just get right off the ship.
Tell them about the golf cart.
And and when we get out, the elderly like me who's got problems with our legs are allowed to, they give you on a little go-kart, and that takes us right to the bus, which isn't very far. So we really enjoy this cruise. Bye.
Yeah, and saying, yeah, my mother is totally right. I didn't think of mentioning it, but yeah, she was right. When we were on the getaway, watch the video about the NASA mess. And compared to this, the Joy is the most best. I wouldn't even mind coming on the ship again. I would not. This is the best organized ship ever. And the side trips have gone smoothly so far. We have 2 left, plus going through the Panama Canal, which is the main thing people were going on. Here's a little tip and hint. Some of the people we spoke to said they was on the Panama Canal cruise before. They enjoyed it so much.
They're doing it again.
They're doing it again. Because there's so many side trips, they're taking different side trips, even though it might even be different islands. They didn't say if it was the same island. So far, every island we've gone to my surprise, has been a Dutch colony. Cool. Which I've enjoyed. And they all have, they've said more than one occasion, by the time the kids graduate from elementary school, they have to be able to speak 4 languages. And not everybody there pays taxes like we do in America. I pay taxes. Everybody who's a homeowner pays taxes for the kids to go to school. Only the children that have parents, only the parents of children pay for the kids to go to school, which is, my opinion, is very fair. Very fair. They have a choice of which schools they want to go to. Private school, or they still have what you call public schools and stuff like that.
Tell them about that couple that got on the bus that didn't belong.
Oh. I don't know if I mentioned this. This is so funny, since this is like kind of we're on day 7, which we've been on the ship now. This is what you call kind of a review of the week in advance. The week in advance. Okay. We were in, okay. Since my mother mentioned, let me start from the beginning, okay? You saw, okay, when we got off the Amtrak train, which we did videos on,
We went to the...
and we stayed at the Pullman, On the next morning,
The representative.
when we got down there, there was hundreds of people
About 340.
on the deck down there. When we got there, it was already pretty full. All the seats were taken and everything.
At the hotel.
At the hotel in the Pullman. And behind a desk, when I checked out, they said you have to go check in with that woman there because you're with
The
Norwegian.
representative of the
Okay.
Norwegian.
When I went over there, I didn't realize she was an NCL representative because I didn't read the pin. And I told her that, and I told her my name. She said, which ship are you going on to? Joy or Longcore? She said, Joy. She said, okay, go near the glass front. You're going to be on one of the first ones to go. And she told me everybody there was all NCL. We must have taken up 3, maybe 4 floors. There was that many. And to my surprise, I never saw so many
That couple.
NCL people in a hotel before. When we were on the getaway, there was only 60 people that was there. And they were all going to the getaway. Well, this is going to the Encore, the brand new ship, the Encore, and the new ship, the Joy. Okay. So when she went there, and it got closer, she called it to everybody together. She said, can everybody hear me? And she kept speaking louder till everybody could hear her.
You played it 40 times.
And then she said, okay, there is 50 people for the Encore and all the rest of the Joy. 325 is for the Joy and 50 is for the Encore. She said, since there's so many of the Joy and the Joy leaves first, we're going to send all the Joy people first. She said, realize this? And we've got buses coming. They're going to come, drop people off, and come back. They're going to go back and forth till they've got them all. So she said all of the seniors who need help and their priority is to go outside and line up behind this door and this door. We'll start 2 rows there only. Only people out there for the Joy who require assistance.
And I got the
Wheelchairs, walkers, who have trouble getting up and downstairs, whatever. Only those people are to be outside. All the rest are to stay inside. And make sure your luggage is by you. It was so crowded, I couldn't get out there. So one of the bellhops,
Yep. Escorted us.
I took one of my luggage, Mom took hers, and the people wouldn't move out of his way. So he picked up my mother's luggage, held it up like this with 2 hands, and carried it over. They kept saying, excuse me, the people didn't want to move. And he carried it over there and put it down by us and went back and got my second one. And so I gave him a $5 tip. I figured what he did for us, he deserved that. You would think the people would have just moved out of the way and he could have pulled both at the same time. But they didn't want to lose their space. They didn't want to lose their space.
They made them get out of the way, so I go first.
So then we got there. So then the NCL lady came out and said, you 2 are going first.
That's awesome.
After you give the driver your luggage. So then the bus came. We gave the driver, I said, Mom, you go ahead over. And the NCL lady helped her in. Well, I checked the luggage to make sure it was all together with there. And so he didn't have the luggage tags. So that hadn't happened yet, okay? So he put our luggage in together. And then we got on the bus. And after she seated everybody, she picked up a microphone they have on the front of the bus and said, now, everybody in there is Joy people. Everybody here is going to the Joy, correct? Raise your hands if you're going to the Joy. Everybody raise your hand. She repeated that 5 times. She says, now let me repeat it. That's the 5th time. Let me say this one more time. Nobody here is for the Encore because that bus is last. It's just for the Joy only. She said, okay. And so the driver came back on, and he asked her, where are we going? And she saw the microphone. These are all people going to the Joy. Just go to the Joy and then come back, because there's so many people. Because they only had 3 buses, so they were going to go back and forth. Okay? 3 big buses. And we said, we're doing all the Joy first. Only go to the Joy and then come right back. And so then, thank you. So then he picked up the speaker and said, okay, Joy people, you're all for the Joy. I'm taking you to the Joy. And the traffic's going to be kind of heavy today because it's Super Bowl. Didn't know it, but it was Super Bowl that day. So we did that. We got there. And then when he was there at the airport, he said, okay, Joy people.
You weren't at the airport. We
Excuse me, we were at the port. We were at the port. I had the airport on the brain because of Miami Pullman Airport Hotel. Okay. So then when we got to the
man stood up.
port, he said, okay, Joy people, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take out all your luggage. You stay on the bus. I'm going to take out all your luggage, line it up by the bus. Then you're going to come out, get your luggage, go over to a porter, and get your tag and your room number and your tag on there. And then this other guy got up to him, walked up. He said, and the Encore. Take us to the Encore. He said, no, I'm not going to the Encore. You are going to have to get out of here and pay for a taxi to go to the Encore. The Encore ship doesn't leave till after the Joy, so you'll be okay. You'll be all set.
He was mad.
And he said, wait a minute.
You have to take us.
You got to take us to the Encore. He said, no, I'm not. I have been given orders by Norwegian to go back and get more Joy people. That's what I'm supposed to do. Your luggage will be out there and you have to fend for yourself. They weren't happy. He said, well, I didn't know it. I didn't hear it. They must have said it 40 times, at least, or more. And so his wife said,
they were mad.
They were sitting right behind us. Okay, his wife says to him, what are we going to do? This idea of yours isn't going to work. We're going to have to pay for gas. And he said, they will take us to the Encore. It will work. He didn't.
They snuck in.
He said because his luggage was going off, he had his one way. He wasn't going to let him stay back on the bus to go back to the hotel, hoping to be on the Encore. No, they have to take their own way. So his little plan didn't work.
They were mad. They didn't get their own way.
Lesson for all of us. Follow the rules. Things go smoother. If Mom and I was on the Encore, we would have waited till the last bus. We would have respected Norwegian's rules. Otherwise, if we was going on the Encore and we decided to try to do that little sneaky thing, we would have been in the same boat and had to pay for a taxi to go to the Encore. And God knows, it would have cost a lot because things were blocked off one way.
There were 6 big, huge ships in there.
And there were 6 huge ships, and the Encore wasn't anywhere near the Joy. They were not. So, that's the way it goes. Well, I thought hopefully you find this recap. Okay, the week we're doing. I've had the best time. The food's been wonderful. The service has been wonderful. The person who keeps our room is wonderful. Doing no complaints, and the side trip.
Tell them about what
wonderful. The health waters.
The food, Donna.
I wanted to go for. And, oh yeah, we've had flan, and we will have it every day.
Because you asked.
Even though it's not on the dinner menu, I politely suggested to the big shot in the dining room manager that they add that to the menu. Apparently they couldn't. He said, if you want, you can have it every day. Just tell them I give you permission. And he looked at our waitress. You hear that? You hear that? And he pointed. You hear that? They can have it every day.
And we had it.
We had it last night for dinner.
Nobody else.
It was wonderful.
Nobody else.
If you want something special, ask. Politely and kindly and in a respectful way, and you get it. So, we are just having the best time. Today we go to Columbia, the hip-hop bus tour that my mother picked out.
You already said it.
So, you will see videos on that tonight. Next, after this. So, and as always, the fun never ends in Seasparkles Corner. Recap, we're having a great time. We love our room. Oh, speaking of rooms, the way this is set up, the getaway, our beds were over here. The TV was in that position.
We couldn't see it.
We couldn't see that. The TV was actually farther over there. The sofa was there on the getaway. The TV was there. Look at the videos. And we couldn't really see it very good from our beds. And my mother didn't like being right near
On top of
the glass
door.
sliding door because she could feel the wind or something. She wasn't comfortable. So the setup of the rooms of the Joy are much better. They're over here closer to the bathroom near the closet. Both of us can see the TV.
And a big TV.
And so we're quite happy and contented here.
And they're very nice.
And everybody is so kind and sweet and good. Like, we have 3 pillows. 3 pillows each because we asked. If you want extra blankets or pillows, ask. They can't read your mind and speak up. We were on the getaway. We both suffered with 2 pillows.
And they make up the beds twice a day.
And they clean your rooms twice a day. And they pick up towels, whatever you need, twice a day. Tip and hint, bring hand cream. Norwegian's not giving it out anymore. They stopped it 2 months ago. We didn't know it, so my mother had to go buy some. And luckily, we brought one each just in case. So, and that's that.
I already told about that, Donna.
Yep. And so, which is my recap, and I mentioned it again, so.
Have a great day.
All right, here we go. We're going to go get some breakfast. Because we're going to be docking in Columbia at noon. So, we have a 12:30 side trip we have to get to for 12:15. Okay, thanks for watching. Oh, just to let you know, before you go on the side trip, everybody met in the Joy Theater, which was very comfortable. And I'm telling you, those guys who was emceeing, telling us when to go off, they were like a laughed riot. They were so funny. Okay, I just love it. I'm having the best time. This was my mother's idea for this cruise. This was her dream cruise, and I'm very happy to be sharing her dream cruise with her. And as always, the fun never... Oh, next cruise is my dream cruise. We're flipping back and forth. So thank you for watching, and as always, the fun never ends in Sea Sparkles Corner. Feel free to share. Feel free to subscribe.
Stay healthy.
Hugs and kisses from my family church. Love y'all. Bye, everybody. See you next video when we're in Columbia.
You
Bye.
should say stay well, everybody.